Hi, this is Preston Miller with Modern Broker. I just wanted to go through a couple quick reports about the real estate market in Tulare County that I think are kind of interesting. So we'll have a couple different charts here for you. The first one is shows our inventory over the last year. So the top one, the light green, is the number of properties that are actively listed for sale on the market right now. So at the time of this recording, which is in November, there's about 754 properties listed in Tulare County, which is up from a low earlier this year of 520 in March. So pretty significant increase in the amount of homes that are for sale. So that part is good. If for people that are buying and looking, things have definitely cooled off in terms of the number of properties that or number of buyers competing for every available property. There's definitely more properties, not quite as much competition. Still a strong market, but a little bit more balanced than it was earlier in the year. You can also see that since May, each month the number of closed sales has dropped a little bit. So the actual number of properties in the county that are selling each month has been declining very slowly. Still at fairly high numbers if you look at on a longer term, but at least a little bit of decline there. And then this chart shows the average price per square foot and how that has changed. I think this is one of the more interesting ones that shows from about a year ago in the $90 to $95 a square foot up to now fairly steady for the last 3 months, around $106, $107 a square foot. So that is a $15, $16 square foot difference, more than a 15, close to 20% increase in price per square foot. So pretty substantial increase in price for this year. Been fairly steady at around that 106, 107 a square foot for the last couple months. Then this is another chart that gives you a little bit of a sense of the demand. So these yellow bars are the average days on market for those months. So in September we were at a low of around 40 days. Average time before a property accepts an offer. So from when it first comes on the market to when the sellers have accepted an offer, that was averaging 40 days in September, up to 51 days in October, and that bounces around a little bit, but still for most of this year it's been between 40 and 60 within that range. Fairly brisk market pace, so I think that's a really good sign for the market. Has been healthy. There's been a healthy sense of demand. Properties that come on the market are selling pretty quickly. And then this line up at the top, it's kind of interesting, shows that what sellers are asking, what percent of that price that they're asking are things actually selling for. So for the last 2 months, it's been at 95%. So if a property is for asking $100,000, on average, that seller is taking $95,000. So a little bit less than what people are asking, but still fairly strong. But that is down a little bit from the 96, 97% that sellers were getting earlier in the year when there was less property on the market and the demand was just off the charts fast. And then this one is one of my favorites that shows the difference between the average price of a home that's listed for sale versus the average price of one that is actually a closed sale. So pretty big gap. So this green line shows on average this past month sellers are asking $266,000 is the average asking price in Tulare County. But in that same month, the average price of properties closing was $179,000. So really huge difference there. So just showing that I think the way I would interpret that is that sellers have seen the market improve dramatically this year, and so I think we've seen asking prices bumped up quite a bit, but demand hasn't really met how much higher the sellers are asking for their prices. So prices definitely going up, but not as fast as asking prices. And then lastly, this is just another chart that shows the inventory. So on this chart, so what we mean by inventory are properties that if nothing new came on the market at the rate properties are selling, at the rate properties are going into escrow today, how long would it take before we're sold out of everything that's on the market right now? So for the last couple months, it's been in the mid twos. So with this month at 2.5 months of inventory, meaning if no new properties came on the market in Tulare County, everything would be sold out. We'd have nothing left to sell in 2.5 months. So that's really fast. Even though we always talk about things having cooled off, that's having cooled off from a 1.5 month inventory earlier in the year, say in March, April. So things have slowed down, but not. It slowed down. They went from very fast to still a fast-paced market. So things are going quickly. When you talk over many years, a lot of the things that you'll read are a balanced market is a 4 to 6 month inventory, and so we're still just a little more than half of that, depending on how you count it. So, still a very fast market, but feels a little bit slower than it did earlier in the year. So that's just a quick report for Tulare County. Hope you find that interesting. Stay tuned for another one, something like this, in the near future. Thanks for watching this video. Let us know what you thought using the comments below, and if you liked it, you can subscribe to our channel with this button here.